Matt Weis is a 2003 graduate of the University of Northern Iowa. Matt has 15 years of service as an athletic director, 8 years at Central City, 7 years at West Delaware.
I was actually student teaching at East Buchanan with a guy named Phil Steffen, and Phil was the athletic director at East Buck at the time. And Phil took me to a couple of the AD meetings in the Traverse Conference. And when I got down to Central City, my first teaching job, I was there for about 3 years, and the AD job came open, and I was coaching football and track there, and just thought I'd apply, and then here we are.
Matt was named the 2002 IWCOA Northeast AD of the Year.
You know, a lot of obviously rewarding things. You know, you get the teams that go to state, the state championship teams, you know, and you get to give them the trophy or the banners, and those are awesome. But I think the biggest thing is, you know, a few years back, my father passed away, and at the wake and stuff, probably about 90% of the people that were there, you know, to support me were people that I've met directly through this job. And it was kind of at that time too that I thought, you know, I need to try to get back to this job a little bit more. And I remember talking to Dale Ludwig, who was the president at the time, said, hey, I think I want to run the chairs. And that's how I got into, you know, being on the IHSADA board, and things have just kind of gone from there. So that's probably the most rewarding to me, because this job has given back to me as much as I feel like I've tried to give it to it too. I've just always been a hard worker, I think, my whole life, but that was also, I think, something that my dad always drove into me. You know, he was just a guy that went to work every day. He always told you, you know, they don't pay you to take days off, and I say that once in a while. My wife's like, well, yeah, that's what they actually have paid days off for. But you know, I think in my 21 years of education, I've never taken a sick day one time. And I just I enjoy going into work. I enjoy the people I work with, and that's just who I am.
Matt is currently serving as the IHSADA First Vice President and will become the IHSADA President at the end of this year's convention.
This year, just sitting at the meeting, and you know, I heard my name called for AD of the Year. I think that's kind of a validation right there, and definitely one of those things that I think when we get awarded things like this as ADs, we're just kind of, you know, servant leaders for the most part. And I don't think any of us think we deserve those awards, but it's very rewarding to know that all that work and hard work and hours and time spent away from your family has been worth it too.
Matt is married to Alyssa and has 2 children, Kinnick and Emma.
When I was the first time AD at Central City, my superintendent was a guy named Carl Kurt, and Carl kind of took me under his wing and kind of showed me the administrative side of things, and so I owe a lot to him. And in that same fold, Dr. Kristen Rickey, who's my current superintendent at West Delaware, she's kind of done the same thing. And so I owe a lot to my 2 superintendents that I've had throughout the time. You know, that when I was new at both places, put it that way, they were just fantastic. And obviously I couldn't do this job without my wife, Elisa. We have 2 kids, and she's there all the time. Without her, I wouldn't be able to be gone all the time. She gets the kids to school, she gets the homework done, she gets the baths taken, she does all that stuff. So I couldn't do any of this without her. I mean, it just means a lot. I look at some of the people that have won this, and you know, in the past, and you look at Tanya Moe last year, and Brian Peterson a couple years before that, and those are great friends of mine. And I don't know if I belong in the class of ADs with them, but I'm glad I'm here, and I hope that I can, you know, maybe shed some light on some of those new ADs as well, and try to pass my knowledge on as we go through.
Iowa High School Athletic Director of the Year, Matt Weis.